Hey everyone, today we're going to install a new 12-inch light bar on the front of my boat to match up with the existing lights that will be more directional now. We will also be installing a switch panel. It's a marine switch panel to allow for the new light bar and the new bilge pump, which you can catch on the next video. And currently on the boat I have two lights. One I've taken off, and the second, and the new light bar is going to go right in the middle here. On a metal bracket, just because this lip here, you can't really bolt anything underneath it. It's too hard to get tools in, so I'm just gonna brace it from this metal bracket all the way to this one, and then those two lights on the outside will be directional and the one in the middle will be straightforward. So we're just gonna remove the old lights so we can install the new metal bar where the new light is going to be mounted to. This one off, lay it right there. Okay, so now we're just going to put this piece of metal. We're actually going to drill holes where the old holes were for the old lights, and that's actually going to hold the piece of metal where it is. Okay, so now that we got it lined up, I've already kind of started drilling this side. You can see there, so we'll just finish drilling that through. Now that we drilled that through, that's where the one light is going to mount on the other side. So now you can see it a little better. The side lights are going to hold that metal piece in the center. So now I'm just going to install a lock nut, washer, and my nut to hold it. Okay, so that side's done. Now I gotta finish up this side. Other light. There's that side done, and now we have to position the center light half center to center. So 8.5, which is 4 1/4. Mark my first one. There's one. So now let's move these forward. There we go. One side crimped, give it a little pull. Oh, you know, it's not coming off. That was the positive, there's the negative. And again, another little pull. That's not coming off. And then we're going to crimp those to our main wire. This wire's a little big, so you really got to push it in. Crimp that on really good. Give it a pull. Put the positive on. Now we just got to run these wires to the back. Okay, now that the wire's cut to length, positive and negative. Now I am going to tape them all up, and then we're going to run them through the ribs of the boat. But that's where the wires go down on the back seat. They go down in here, and they come out under the seat. And then they'll run all the way to the back. And for the seat here, I'm just going to put them in this little casing just to protect it, because the metal is sharp in the back corner here. Okay, so I've run the lines all the way to the back. And you can see I just fed them right next to my original tube here. There wouldn't be enough room to put a second tube, and I didn't really want to pull this one out, so I just put them next to it, through the seat, up under the front seat. They come up here, run over to the new light bar in the middle, and I will wire them up. This is the old switch, which is just a 2 button. I'm going to put a 4 button in, because I got the 2 lights on the back, 3 lights on the front. So the 3 lights will be on the front will be on 2 switches. The lights at the back will be on 1 switch, and then the bilge pump will be on the 4th switch. And you can catch the bilge pump on my next video coming up shortly. Okay, so now we're just going to take off the old switch panel here. Okay, with the old switch panel off, I've confirmed that this positive and this negative go to the battery. So I'm going to cut these ones off first and tie them into my new switch before tying the remaining wires in. Okay, because the new panel is quite a bit larger than the old panel. So the width is the same, but the height is not. So we're going to have to come up quite a ways, because we do not want to cut them. And we'll go 4 inches up. There you go. Top is gone. Okay, now with our hole all cut out, we can start wiring up our new switch. Because I don't want to mix up which lights are which, I'm just going to wire the power lights first. So obviously red to red. Get crimpers. And check it, and that's good. Now we are going to wire up our ground. And black to black. Okay, so here's our positive and negative from our new light on the front. And we're just going to feed that through. There's our negative. There's our positive. Okay, so I wired all my connectors on. There's these 2, which are the existing, and this one here, which is the new connector. These will connect to these open pieces of metal on the switch. I've taped up the blue and yellow wire. Those are for running these lights here, these little line lights. So when you have these off, these would be lit up. Because I only have 1 battery and this is just a hunting boat, I don't want these lights to run when the switches are off. Just to save as much power as I can, as my boat doesn't charge the battery. It gets charged when it gets home. So what will happen is when I hit the switch on, these lights will turn on when they're on, but when it's off, these little lights won't come on at all. So now we're just going to connect them all. And our 3rd light. A little hard for you to see, but all the lights are connected. So all 3 light switches work. I installed my 6 screws, and I've also added stickers on each one. So this would be my front center light, this would be my front left and right lights, this would be my rear light, and then this is my bilge pump. And because I left those blue and yellow wires off, these lights down here don't light up. And I don't want that. And then we also have a 12-volt cigarette plug, and we have a USB plug. Here's the finished product on the lights. The new light in the middle, my existing lights for the outsides, directional, and we have our 2 existing backup lights.
Please like and subscribe.